Hello, beauties and cuties. Just coming to chat with y'all today. Little story time. So, welcome to BOLD.Cosmetics channel, Instagram. If you're new here, I am Stacy, owner of BOLD.Cosmetics. And also, I just put Majesty on my lip. This is one of our kid-friendly shade glosses. Luxe glosses is very non-sticky, vegan friendly, made for a beauty or a cutie. So I know y'all don't hear me really give y'all a breakdown of what inspired me to become in cosmetic line, right? Or y'all haven't really heard my story about how we became BOLD.Cosmetics. So if you're new here, we were Malicious at one point. Cosmetics, we rebranded in 2023. We were founded originally in 2024 with Malicious Cosmetics. I named the brand Malicious Cosmetics originally because I intended to make your lips and lashes pops. We cater to your lips and your lashes, and I wanted to do that purposely. So around October-ish of 2023, I had in mind to take the packaging up a notch. I was dealing with, were I gonna change the name? Was I gonna change everything besides packaging? Because I dealing with a lot of people sometimes will ask me, why you name the business Malicious? And I had to explain my definition of malicious, what I meant by meant to make your lips pops, because malicious is intent to harm, and that's not what we do at Malicious or now BOLD.Cosmetics. So we did not intend to hurt you. We wanted to make those lips and lashes pop. So I found myself, not all the time, but sometimes explaining that. So I was wrestling with if I'm going to change the name and the packaging, and I wasn't decided. I got a phone call one day, and it was from a good friend of mine, and she just was calling to check up on me, and we got into conversation, and she asked me a question. She said, why did you name the business Malicious Cosmetics? So she was like, I know your intentions, but I believe when you change this name, God is going to take your business to another level. And I began to tell her why, and she was like, she understood that. But the meaning of malicious, I could never, even though I was trying to make it something good to the word malicious and add something good to that name, I could never change the meaning. So no matter what good I was bringing to that name, that definition, that meaning is going to always stay the same. So what I did, it was basically confirmation for me what I always was dealing with in my mind about changing the name, also along with the packaging. So what I did was I took her telling me that, which I felt like constructive criticism, and she was just being real with me. And I took that, and it confirmed what God was already telling me about doing. So I took that advice, and I appreciated it. She had no reason to try to make me, like people say, hate on you. She have no reason to do that. And you need good people in your life to tell you things, whether you feel like you want to hear it or not. And especially when it's confirming what God is already speaking to you about. And so it was just confirmation. So from that day forward, I began to get on the phone with my mother, my sister, and my son, who was in college at the time. And I was on the phone going back and forth with different names, trying to come up with a name. Every name that I was coming up with, it wasn't doing anything for me. I was just thinking about different names. Nothing was sitting well with me. When I got on the road to pick my son up from college, I got on the road. It was just me and God. I rode silently, no music, and that's what began to download everything to me. As God began to download the name, the color scheme, how he wanted it packaged, from everything that you see, this is all God. all God. He gets all the glory. So as I begin to drive, I begin to hear the Holy Spirit speak to me and says, Bold Cosmetics, because that's who you are and that's who the people you're going to be servicing. And then he went to say about how he wanted the bees around the tops, how he wanted it in the center. And from this logo, I didn't know the name of this logo. I didn't know the font. I had to literally do research and Google it once I settled and got situated. But I didn't know any of this far as the names of this, the color scheme from the pinks to the turquoises. This is the colors that God said to do. He also said to put the hearts on the box, the cute little hearts that you see on the box, the names that's on the box, the confidence, everything that you see, this is all God. So as he was downloading to me, I was taking notes in my cell phone. As I drove and I made it to my son's school, when I told my son this, what God downloaded to me, he said, yes, this is it. Because prior to that, my son told me, Mom, wait till I get home, because he felt like I was rushing. And so he wanted to sit down with me so we can go over it instead of just being on the phone, rushing, trying to come up with something. But as I began to drive on the highway by myself with no music, I heard clearly from God. He gave me everything I needed for his color scheme, the fonts, all the different fonts that you see on the packaging. You see this font. He told me to put it in this font. Everything, every detail you see, this is nobody but God. So I went back. I did everything. Decided that was a goal. 30 days later, we rebranded. On December 23rd, 2023, it was Bold Cosmetics. This is nobody but God. And I'm sharing my story because I don't often tell you my story. Just thinking I probably popped up with Bold Cosmetics. Why she changed from malicious to bold? So that's the reason I changed from Bold Cosmetics, because God, first of all, gave me the name. But I changed it because I wanted something more meaningful. And it wasn't my name. I didn't know what name. God downloaded that name. But I had to leave malicious because malicious wasn't who I am. Even though I was trying to add a pop and let y'all get y'all lips popping, lashes popping. If you know, the slogan was meant to make your lips and lashes pop. And that was my intentions. I wanted to do that purposely. Yes, I wanted to do that. But I wasn't intending to harm you. So I had to be obedient and change the name. So becoming a cosmetic line, this was always a vision as well. Sitting down in the kitchen with a relative of mine in my grandmother's kitchen years ago. And I can remember me saying I wanted a cosmetic line. 2020, God birthed a cosmetic line, and we are here today. So that's our story, how we got here at Bold Cosmetics, and also how we became a cosmetic line. So thank y'all for supporting me. To every person that's new and that's going to become to a cutie or beauty, we're already beautiful. We just bring out the boldness in each and every individual that wears our products. We have all type of bold colors, from matte lipsticks to cream mattes to moisturized lip glosses. And the reason why we cater to cuties is because all little girls love a good lip gloss. So we made it where they can shine but be still a cutie, a little girl. So that's who we are, and that's who I am, Stacy, the founder of Bold Cosmetics. Thank you.